Hi there, Jean Greer here at Stylish Fireplaces. Today I want to talk to you about custom fireplace doors. We deal with a company in the US called Stoll Industries. They have been around 50 years. It's family owned and they are incredibly service oriented, so they're the ideal partner for us to make custom doors and screens. Basically anything you can make for a fireplace out of metal, this is their specialty. So custom doors, screens, the fireplace tools, but we're talking very well-made tools that are not going to fall apart after years of use. The wall panels they've gotten into in the last several years, metal wall panels. They can also do the wood baskets, the metal log holders, that sort of thing. So Stoll Industries is our partner in custom doors, and although we sell electric fireplaces, and that's what you see on display in my boxes here, these are made for mostly wood burning openings, but some people would put these in front of gas logs as well, just to finish off the opening of their fireplace. So anywhere that you want to add something to a masonry fireplace and just get another element for design, but also safety. Fireplace doors are a safety option. If you're burning fire with wood or even gas logs, you do need to have some sort of a barrier between the fire and the room, and possibly little fingers that might be exploring around the fire. So it is important to get these made properly, and these are a custom item. There are no doors here that I can just sell to somebody off the rack. There is no such thing in our experience as a standard fireplace opening. There are lots of similar openings, but there just isn't a standard. That would make everybody's lives so much easier, but it's just not the way it works. So when you want to put doors on a wood burning opening, on a masonry fireplace, they do need to be custom measured and then fitted into the fireplace opening. Some openings are off square, and sometimes we have to really figure out how we're going to work around very rough stones, like field stones on some older fireplaces. So there are a few tricks of the trade that we need to incorporate to get these doors fitted properly so that they are safe for use when you're burning. So let's run through a little bit of the terminology and some of the features on these doors. Just in the few samples I have here, there are many features incorporated, and it's important to get familiar with those and to kind of understand what options you have when you're ordering a custom door. So first of all, you'll hear the term bifold. This is a bifold door. So it swings out on its hinge, but then the glass folds in half, and that's so that it can take up less space. So if there's an obstacle on either side, like a brick pillar or something on either side of the wood burning opening, maybe this door is going to have to stand out perpendicular to the fireplace. And if this were a cabinet door, it would take up a lot more space. So having a bifold allows it to tuck in and take up less space. So that's the main reason that people will order a bifold door. It's just that they don't want this big door swinging out into the room and getting in the way. So this is a bifold. This little detail here with the metal that's running all around the outside of the glass next to the main frame, there's another area. That's called a window pane design, and that's available on many of the doors. It's certainly an option. It's not something you have to have. If you want a cleaner look, you do not have to have a window pane, but if you've ever seen that phrase, that's what the window pane is. You also get to choose the color of the glass, so it can be clear, it can be gray, it can be bronze, and typically we would choose bronze with the more brown and rusty finishes, gray with the black and the silver and the pewter finishes, but it can be clear, and there are no hard and fast rules. They only need us to tell them which we prefer. The glass on a fireplace door is typically tempered glass, so it cannot withstand the heat of the fire if the doors are closed. So when you're burning, your doors need to be open. There is an upgrade called Pyro Glass that you can get. Pyro Glass is actually ceramic glass, so it's like the glass on your stovetop, and it can withstand the heat, obviously. For people who, for whatever reason, want to burn with the doors closed, we do need to upgrade to Pyro Glass. Otherwise, it's a tempered glass, and we have a choice of color. This is a cabinet door, so it opens up straight out, just like a cabinet door in your kitchen or bathroom. So this one actually has soft close hinges because they're hidden hinges, and this is such a contemporary look, and I just love that it has that soft close feature just like higher end cabinetry. Behind this set of doors, I've actually got an example of the mesh screen that comes with most of these doors. So obviously if you're burning wood and you need to open the glass doors, there has to be something there for safety to catch the sparks. And this is how they would normally be made. So these are a cabinet style mesh door. You can get the old-fashioned curtain mesh if you prefer, but most people want a cleaner look. So there's not a lot of detail on these doors, but one little detail that does matter is this little safety catch at the bottom. So when these doors are closed, that little safety catch keeps the doors from opening. If a log were to fall off the grate while the fire is burning, it will not be able to push those doors open. So a really important feature. It's a little thing, but it's a safety feature that's extremely important when you're burning wood. You'll also notice that these doors have no metal down the center. So the glass comes together and there's no metal to obscure your view. So it's a very clean look. And Stoll calls that clear view. It's an option on most of the fireplace doors. It's a pretty popular option because the typical wood-burning fireplaces around us aren't huge fireplaces. So having that extra metal barrier in the center, like what you see here on these mesh doors, that's not always desirable on a smaller opening. So the clear view is an option for the doors, but you can also have a bar of metal down the center there if you prefer that look. It really depends on what you're designing and how you're going to use your doors. So we've talked about the two different styles of doors and the glass. You've got lots of finishes. So this is just a small sample of the standard powder coat finishes. There's no upcharge for any of these. It's not like black is the standard and everything else is an upcharge. There are, I think, about 13 or 14 finishes these days in the standard palette. And then they, of course, have upgraded artisan finishes that would be a small upcharge. You have a choice of handles. So these are all of the handles that are available on the doors, and you get to pick the handle that you want on your door. Now some of these are a bit larger scale. They're really meant for larger doors. We would guide you on that and make sure that we don't put a really gigantic handle on a door that's going to be kind of small. You can mix and match your finishes as well. So the door frame can be one finish. There's an outer frame that everything attaches to that attaches to the fireplace. Now in my case, I did those all in black to match my boxes. And so it's hard for you to see, but this is part of the fireplace door. And that does not have to be the same color as the door frame. And the handles and the hinges don't have to be the same color either. So there's an opportunity there to really add little accents of colors. So let's say I have a black door, but I want a little bit of this silvery champagne color or a little bit of the gold. I can do that in small doses just with the handles and the hinges. I can have two different frame colors here and let these blend in and let the frame stand out. There are so many different options. It's just up to us to tell them how we want to configure that. And then the other little feature that they do have, and I don't show it on any of the doors here, but there is a very low profile damper option available for people who want a damper. And we can add that to most of the doors again. So most of the doors that Stoll makes are made of steel. They do have an aluminum line, and it's called their Legacy series. It has 6 frames available. All of the usual colors are available in this series. And what's great about the aluminum line is it keeps the price point down. So it's a great option for certain situations where we don't need a lot of customization. If the sizes that are available in that line work and you like those frame profiles, the aluminum line, the Legacy series, does run quite a bit less expensive than the steel line. If you're wanting a lot of options though, or you really want to customize a door with your own design, you're going to be in the steel category so that they can really work with the metal and create almost anything that you like. So this is Stoll Industries. These are custom fireplace doors. On stylishfireplaces.ca, you're going to find these under fireplace add-ons, and then scroll down to fireplace doors and screens, and you'll see all of the options that are available. They are not priced on the website. There are ranges there, but you really have to bring us your measurements and pick out some details, and then we can give you a very specific quote, and we're happy to do that. So again, fireplace add-ons, custom doors and screens at stylishfireplaces.ca.